Greetings fellow girls, guys and gaming fans, and welcome once again to Rising World Survival. I'm Small Archangel, thank you for joining me for this episode. We have taken a brief holiday from building our lighthouse, which is over there. You can just see the little spit of land that it's on, but not sadly the lighthouse itself. And we have returned to our castle for the very good reason that in my absence, there has been an update, which means that slightly belatedly, you guys are getting to see the content through my eyes, which has been added to Rising World in the last week or so. So before that happens, I've left basically everything that we came back from our trip to pick up desert sands and things from the desert. But soon there will be a reason to go back to the desert again, because apparently we've had a bit of a dungeons update. Amongst this update, they have added pyramids and mazes attached to them, which is fantastic. That's going to be really cool to go and check that out. So we're going to do that when we've finished building our lighthouse. But in the meantime, we do have some other content to explore. So first and foremost, we're going to do a little bit of spinning. So we've had a couple of things added here. We've had a paper press added to the game, so we're going to add one of those into our build here. We're going to put one of those, we're going to see if we can fit one somewhere in our work areas. That's adding more and more content to the game, and I knew I should have built a dungeon or some extra rooms on this place just to add to accommodate the new content. So we've had a paper press, which very excitingly will allow us to make not just paper, but a map. Yes, it's going to be, maybe the devs have heard our pleas, it's going to be a lot easier to find our way around and to know where we have been and where we have not been. So that is great fun. That is what we're going to benefit very much from that, I think. So we're going to be making one of those this episode, but first we need to make a paper press. But the other thing we need is, and this is a great big long line basically of making this, to make that, to make the other. I love it. It's what survival and building crafting games are all about. We're going to make some cloths here. I have no idea how many of these we're going to need. I really don't. Now, have we got any threads reels left? We do have some. There we go. We can always make some more of those if we need to, but we're going to need those cloths. Unfortunately, flickering poster seems to be back, which is a shame because they got rid of that one for a while. But there you go. Yeah, we're going to need cloths to turn into paper randomly, slightly randomly, but there you are. So we're going to see if we can make ourselves a printing press. And we're going to see if we can find out where on earth we actually have to put it. Now, there's our printing press. There it is. We need 64 lumber and we need 16 iron plates. So let's see how we're doing for any of that. We've got lumber here. We've got some lumber there, look. But we've also got some spruce logs. It looks like I need to do some more tree farming. So first of all, resources, lumber. I don't know. Let's see. That should do it, shouldn't it? Now we've got 59. No, it does not do it. Rats. There. That will though, won't it? Yeah, we've got 64 lumber now plus 9, so we're all good now. I'll put that back in there. We'll put that in there, and then we're going to need some iron plates as well. I got gored by a wild boar on the back from our expedition to the desert, so I've got a little bit of healing to do there. And we'll have a bit of a drink as well. Oh, and I've been making lots of iron ingots, and also if the iron ingots are done, then my gold, tungsten and copper ingots will nearly be done as well. I think these days, given we have we have to burn coal in order to run our furnace, one may as well fill it up when you're gonna use it. There we go. Oh, give me that one. There we go. And we'll pop these back away in here as well. No, that's not the right one, is it? They go in here, don't they? There we are. And we've done lots of iron because we're gonna have to make some iron plates here. So we're gonna make, I think we need to make about 16. So we'll make the exact amount there, and then we'll put the other ingots in there. This is now done, so we can turn that off. There we are. And I'll just grab all of these and put those away as well. Okay, so hopefully we should have what we need now to make our new, no, not medical, our new crafting station. There it is, magic. So now let's see how big this thing is. Well, it's not uber huge. Maybe it'll fit in our smithy here. Let's see. Let me just see. How big is that? It's actually quite large, isn't it? I don't think it's going to fit there. That's too big, really. So let's just see. I suppose we could put it here, but that might look a little bit strange. I want it indoors, really, because if it's outdoors, it might look a bit... I don't know. It just seems like a paper press really is going to need to be... is going to need to be indoors. Let's see, that kind of fills the corridor a bit as well, doesn't it? So I'm not sure about there either. The other thing we could possibly do is place it here. But I'm not sure if it really... You see, we've got some things in there, but maybe if we removed the items from there... There we go. And then maybe if we remove that old chest. There we go. Let's just see. Is that going to fit in there? Like that? Or does that look a bit strange? The other thing we could do with it possibly is put it there. It's kind of large, isn't it, for there? So in a way maybe it would be better off here. If it will go... Or maybe we should just put it in the yard. I don't know. Do we have space for it here? Yeah. Probably we should just plonk it down here, shouldn't we? Outside. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind. It'll go perfectly well here. We've got our tanning rack there. Let's place this too. Let's just see. Where's a grid? A grid places it partly through the ground, so I won't put it according to the grid. I'll just put it there. We can pick it up and move it if we really decide we need to. There we go. Alrighty, so now what we need to do in order to make our paper, this works interactively like everything else does. So we need to get our, oh, there we go. We need to get our cloths and do that. And then we need to turn, oh, there we go. Turn that to press them. And I don't know how long we need to press them to, oh, there we go. We've already squished them into rags. Nice, okay. Then what we're going to need, I'll just put those there. We're going to need our bucket, and we're going to need to fill our bucket with water. So this is another advantage to put it in the courtyard, I guess. Oh my goodness me. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? So the update has kind of ruined that. So I'm going to have to sort out our well, which currently doesn't contain any water. It did the last time I looked, but thankfully our castle is completely and utterly surrounded by water. So I'm going to have to fix the well. But there we go. Let me just get a bucket of water. There we go. And for the moment, I will not tip this into the well. That might take a while. Looks like we've got some soil to shift from there anyway. So we add this now to our paper press. Oh, have the rags disappeared? No. Okay, do we add this? How do we add this? There we go. Lovely. And then we drop that down again. And then I guess we have paper. Fantastic. Okay, so can we pick these up? We can. There we are. Lovely. So now, can we make with this? Now, do we have to go to our crafting station to make a map? Or do we make it from our inventory? General, resources, no. Medical, crafting stations, lights, general. No, I'm not sure we make it from there. Let's just see, shall we? Crafting stations, tools. No, utilities. Canteen, dynamite, no. There we are, it's in miscellaneous. Map. Fabulous. How Minecraft. Let's have one of those. And we have now got that in our hand. No, we haven't. Oh, it's in our equipment, which means... Woohoo! There we go. And this works in a very Minecraft kind of style, which means that if we run around, although you don't do this with it in your hand, presumably, if we run around our castle, it should hopefully show the entire castle on the map, and likewise the entire environs as well, eventually. So let's just take a look at that again. Yep, there we go. You can see, and we've got some... Oh, that is super. Look at that. That is super zoom. That is the full extent of our zoom. We can go all the way in there and we can see Castle Archangelos right up close and personal, or we can zoom right out to there. But the map is quite detailed, so we can... Oh, look at that. What is that then? So we can see some pretty cool detail, and that might just help us out with what we need to do next. We can see that's a tree. And then these are flowers, one assumes, or possibly plants. And that is going to be pretty useful, actually, if we can actually see plants on this, because the next thing we want to do is check out the next part of the content update, and that is to say, we have got new crops coming up. We've got new crops in the game. Only 3, I think. We've got... Oh, look, floating plants. That always happens when the game updates. It goes a little bit weird. Look, I've got a carrot and some broccoli in the middle of my path. Let's just get a shot of those. Okay. This is where having a sickle is handy, but we're also going to need the sickle to be able to get hold of any new crops that we see. So we've got lots of wild apple trees around here, and we're also going to need to make room for these new crops in our garden as well. You can see all my fruiting trees have been going crazy in our absence. Alright, so let's just check out our map. Oh, look at that. That looks excellent. Look at this. It actually looks really quite pretty. And we can see crops here and some there and there. I think these are flowers, but I'm not absolutely certain. That looks like it might possibly be cotton. And we've got something there, haven't we? To our right, over here, is... What is that? That looks like a nettle to me. Is that what we saw on the map? Yes, it is. Hello, this is going to help us find crops. Now, is that doing the trick here? There is no hand symbol, so I'm not actually supposed to pick it with my hand. And I'm not sure that is doing any good either. Oh, is it? What is that? Broccoli seedling? No, that doesn't seem to be doing it. Maybe I just have to hit a few times. I have no idea how we're supposed to... Is this actually just a plant? Because it's indestructible if it is. Let's see. Let's try an axe instead. Wow, it's like a tree or something. Carrot, broccoli. Okay, that did not yield anything at all. So maybe that isn't one of our new crop types, or maybe it's just bugging out. I have no idea, but it looked like a nettle to me. It did not look like one of our new crop types. We have got 3 crop types. We have got sugar beet, corn, and chili peppers. Sugar beet, corn, and chili peppers. And I have no idea what they look like in real life, never mind in the game. So again, let's have a little look at our map. There's something dead ahead. That looks like a... I don't know. What is this? Let's just see if that is flowers. We've got some pinkier flowers there. I imagine they're flowers. I don't know what that is. Due north of us, like up here. I don't recognise that, so let's head off in that direction. Maybe that the nettle is, in point of fact, just a decorative plant. Have we reached that yet? I have no idea. It seems to have disappeared, whatever it was. We can add map markers as well, apparently. So if that's the case, then maybe we should do that. Let's see what this is. There we go. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't honestly have a clue what it is. Let's just see. I'm not sure if we can actually... Can I actually see that? No, I can't. I can place it on the map, but I can't actually see... I can't actually see it there. Now, that's clearly a carrot, right? That is a carrot. That is definitely a carrot. Okay, so over in this direction, that's corn. Is that a carrot there? What is that over there? That is what I want to see, but it keeps moving. Maybe it's just a chicken or something. I have no idea. Let's just check again. Has it gone? Yes, it has gone. Okay, maybe they're just supposed to be sort of dots on the map then. But that, I would like to see what that is if it is still there. Because that looks like it should actually be something that's on the map. Let's just see though. No, it's gone again. Okay, so there's some weird stuff that kind of moves around on the map. But nonetheless, it does look like there's something perhaps in front of us. Oh, just to the side. Just here somewhere. Oh, there. Right at my feet. No, that's a watermelon. Okay, so it's perhaps going to take a little bit of getting used to what each of the crop types looks like on our map. There's the mine. You can see it there. There's a very dark spot there. Okay, let's go and look with our eyes and see if we can see any plants that way. As with any game content, it's possible that stuff won't spawn in right on top of where the bit of the map that we have already explored. That said, I don't recognise that plant. It looks like cow parsley, blade of grass. Okay, that looks like I'm actually hitting the cow parsley, but I'm not sure if it's going to get me anything whatsoever. Okay, no, that didn't get me anything whatsoever. So I think in point of fact it probably is cow parsley, and therefore it is, yeah, nettles, cow parsley. I think they're just decorative plants, and they weren't listed in the patch notes, so it wasn't specified that those were part of the patch. So we may have to look a little bit further afield. Aha, now I don't recognise this plant. Let's see if that shows up. It doesn't even show up on the map. Well, that sucks. Let's just hit that sugar beet and sugar beet seedling. And I'm in a plains biome at this point. As usual with the update, it has taken a little while to actually find anything very much. So, but I would imagine, and I may be wrong, that corn would also be in this biome, and I would also imagine corn would be quite tall and therefore easy to spot. At least I'm hoping so, because it's getting a little bit dark at this point, and I don't really want to be. Now that's some more of that cow parsley stuff, and there's a torch there. Look, it's obvious I've been down there, isn't it? I don't really want to be thrashing around in the dark out here. I have got a torch, but we can't see very far into the distance with it. So I'm hoping... Oh, hello. I'm hoping at least to get home with some corn today. Well, it's actually the next day, and as you can see, I have followed the roadway. I decided to get the road on the map, and by doing that, I'll just follow the roadway from our castle, and that's put it on the map. So there's our castle, which I've marked. Castle. I should probably mark it with its actual name, shouldn't I? And I've just come all the way along here. You can see that the caves clearly marked as well, including the ores within them, but not all plants are particularly visible on the map. Some of them, the carrots show up quite nicely, but a lot of plants do not. But I have managed to pick up a few more sugar beets along the way, and part of the reason I decided to come along the road is because I knew that there was a plains biome down here, and that there was a good chance I'd find corn and peppers here, and indeed I was correct. You might have to be careful of the local wildlife, but there are chili peppers. So there we go. We've got some chili pepper seedlings there, and they actually do seem to show up on the map as well. There's a little speck of red. You see, there's one right over here, and if I go stand next to it on the map, we can't see it. Hey, I love it when it game proves me completely wrong. I can see the plant actually, but for some reason I cannot see any red on it. So actually, ignore me. Maybe that bit of red over there is in point of fact a tomato plant. I don't know, but there we go. We've got a couple of chili plants, and because of the red, they're quite easy to see in the grass. And these ones, the corn, obviously stands quite proud of the surrounding herbage, so that makes it easy to see as well. And I've passed a few more of them on my way out here, so we'll go harvest those right now. And then, yay, hopefully we'll be able to plant these all when we get back to Castle Archangelos, and we'll be able to start farming those. I don't know if we're going to be able to make ourselves some corn on the cob or any chili or anything. Obviously, the devs have got things in mind which are not yet implemented in the game, so we're going to have to be a little bit patient, I guess. That's a tomato, you see? Is that the one that... Yeah, that's the one that shows up with red on the map, is the tomato. Oh, no, not the grass. I don't need any grass. Okay, so we're heading back to the castle with our haul now. I've actually managed to nab quite a number of corn plants, 16 in fact. So I think you might maybe get more than one seedling from one plant. Maybe it's a luck-based thing, I don't know. We've got some sweet chili and we've got some sugar beets, so that's a 100% result. We've got all three. And from what I've seen today, the sugar beet is definitely the hardest one to find because it sort of hides in the grass. But it is quite a lot of a lighter green, and if you want to know where to find them, look, I see every update tree in the middle of my path. The woodland like this is the place to find the sugar beet, whereas the plains is the place for the corn and the chilies. So now all we have to do is find somewhere to plant them in our garden. Now I've long intended to put a chest in our garden, possibly here. And as it happens, we have a chest here, don't we? So we'll turn it around, put it on grid. Oh, but that's not any good because it goes through the floor. And we'll place our chest here. And we can use that for putting crops in if we get a full inventory. See, we've got water in there. That's good. I can fill this up. There we go. So I'm glad I did that. I just need to fix the other one. And we need to find somewhere to put this. Now I'm thinking we perhaps don't need quite so many tomato plants or quite so many carrot plants. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take those carrots out and I'm going to put corn in there. So we're going to put this on grid, and I think I should probably only fit in one row of corn here. Let's just place that there, opposite the other ones. There we are, because they're going to grow pretty big actually. And then here we've got loads of strawberries. And in point of fact, we should probably take out one of these rows of strawberries. Let's see how we do that. I guess we take this. There we go. We end up with more seedlings than we strictly need, but there we are. That gets rid of those. And we could perhaps place one on that corner, or maybe not. I'm not sure. And then we've got, let's see, chili seedlings that we need to place. And where's our beet, sugar beet seedlings? Potato. These must be they. There we go. So again, we'll put grid on. And then for the time being, I will place our chilies kind of next door to our strawberries. And we'll fill out the beds as we get some more mature plants to harvest. There we go, fantastic. For the time being, the plants that we have here, these new ones, I don't know if we can just eat them as they are. I guess we can, because we can usually eat all of the other crops. Or maybe we can cook them. I don't honestly know. There you go. You ate a corn cob. Yes, I did. What about a sugar beet? There we go. And should we dare to eat a chili? Yeah, no ill effects from that, but then what could you expect when you get no ill effects from the weather currently in game either? But I'm guessing at some point we will be able to do something with all of these new crops, including, and at the moment I'm just going to dash back to the castle because I want to see if I can cook these right now. I'm going to try putting them on the grill, including perhaps making medicinal remedies and perhaps well, who knows? Stews and stuff like that would be really quite excellent if we could do that. So we shall have to see how it develops from here, and maybe even the decorative plants that we found this episode, like the nettles and the hogweed or whatever it is that looks like cow parsley. Perhaps we'll actually be able to, you know, harvest those eventually as well. No. Those aren't placeable on there at the moment. So for the moment, what we're going to have to do, we're just going to have to put them in our barrels here. Now this one, yeah, that's the one that contains all of our seedlings. So we'll put our seedlings in there as well. And maybe we'll take some seedlings from here to do the garden at our lighthouse as well. So that's the fruit in that one, and then this one contains those. This contains our potatoes and our broccoli and our carrots. Maybe it should also contain our corn and our chilies and our beets. There we go. Fantastic. So we've got some new crops, and we've got some new crops growing in the field. We have the ability to make a map, and we have now got a map. And maybe our paper press will come in handy for doing other things too. Now we've got one. You can see the pools of water, the caves, and even places where we've placed a torch marked clearly on the map, which means that we're going to be able to put a torch next to a cave we've explored, for example, and then know we've been there. And you can see the lighting on the map here as well. And we'll have to create a pathway going to our lighthouse as well. And what I'll probably also do off camera is place all of our other builds on the map as well, just by following this path all the way along. It's going to take a little while, but I think it's going to be worth doing. And then from here on in, everywhere we go on the map, we're going to be able to see where it is. We're going to be able to get a grid reference for it. We're going to know where to find it. And that includes any pyramids or ruins or any dungeons or anything that we happen to find in any biome. But certainly, as I say, after we've finished our build, lighthouse build, we will head into the desert and see if we can find any of these fabled pyramids. In the meantime, though, this episode has been quite long enough. We have managed to explore the new in-game content. Be advised, if you haven't read the patch notes for this, or updates, or what have you, their next update, apparently according to the devs, will contain the new player models, which is great. That's going to open up a whole new world of possibilities. In single player, we're probably not going to be able to see our own player model. Who knows? We'll have to do multiplayer for that. But even if that is the case, we should be able to get things like armor, things like, you know, some clothing and things like that. So hopefully that is the direction we're headed in with that. So let's keep our eyes on this game and see where it takes us. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, you know what to do. Hit that like button and let me know also. Keep those comments, suggestions and gameplay experiences coming. And until the next video, keep gaming, stay happy, and bye bye for now.